How's it going? David from Comic Book Investments Unhinged. So, it finally happened. I finally got one of the biggest grails of all time. And I'm not talking, like a Spider-Man 300. I'm not talking like a personal grail, maybe like an AF-15. I'm talking about literally maybe the best grail you can get. Well, arguably the best, depending on who you like. This is the biggest, one of the biggest comic books you can get. I got myself, finally, after doing this for 15 years, over 15 years, 16 years, I got myself a Detective 27, first appearance of Batman. Now, this is not a reprint. No. This is the real McCoy. I don't know what that means anymore. I was trying to figure out what does real McCoy mean. I just know how to use it. Yes, but I got myself a Detective 27. I had an opportunity a long time ago to get an Action #1, but stupidly I didn't jump on it. But this was forever ago when things were like way cheaper. But there is a caveat with this Detective 27. The caveat is it is coverless, but it's there. So I got a Detective 27 coverless copy. It's up at collectorscomics.com. But yes, the very first appearance Batman. Obviously, if I wanted a cover one, it's going to cost way more to get a cover. And so I was talking with my brother, and I was like, we thought about resending it in to get it graded with a facsimile cover. And I was on the side of, no, it's better not to, because even though it doesn't have the cover, the classic cover with Batman swinging, that classic cover would be fake. It'd be a facsimile. It'd be a reprint. If you wanted to look at a reprint, you could literally just buy a reprinted book, or you could, get a poster, whatever you wanted. But this is the real thing. This is the real paper. So it might not have the cover on it, but it does have the real paper. You get to see Batman up here in the corner. Here's Bruce Wayne. So I don't know. Well, let me know what you think. Do you think it would be better, like if you were going to buy this book, would you rather have it with a facsimile cover, like a reprint, fake cover on it? Or would you rather have it like this, coverless? Personally, me, I think it's way more interesting when it's coverless, because then you can, if you have it hanging on your wall or you show someone, it's like, look, this is like the real paper from, all the way back in the day, survived many wars, and here it is today. That's like the history of it. But even though if you have a facsimile and it's behind a case, even though, like, I don't know, if it's just, to me, it's just like, it doesn't, I don't get the same feeling of like, wow, this is like almost 100 years old. And it's very different. Like, how many hands did this pass through? Like, what happened to the cover? And then you can speculate on the cover. Maybe some kid tore it off because he wanted to, put the poster on his wall. I don't know. We'll never know. I mean, it's impossible to ever know. But let me know what you think. What would you rather have, facsimile or not? Also, interesting enough, is we got some more books in. So this is kind of like, I guess, an unboxing, so to speak. But we got some PSA Comics that we're putting in a weekly auction right now. So we got this Spider-Man 32 in an 8.5. Marvel Spotlight 32, first Spider-Woman in a 9.2. Uncanny X-Men 145 in a 9.6. And then X-Men 101, first Phoenix in a 7.5. So we got these. We're putting it, we know how we run weekly auctions on our website every single week. So we got these going up. We're going to see how they do. We have some in an eBay auction also at the same time, and they're doing pretty well, I might add. So that's going to be interesting to see how these end on our site, how they end on eBay, all that kind of stuff. So it would be very interesting. So if you want to pick up, this is literally some of the, pretty much the first PSA Comics. If you want them, you can get them. Very first ones. There's no really other ones for sale. They'll, more will start coming in. But if you want literally the first ever X-Men 101 graded by PSA, it's going to be on our website. We're also going to be putting more on our featured auction that starts on the 1st of August. So be able to check that out and have a good day.